While we wait. Up. Do, 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 do. Thank you. Of course. That's a terrible typing combination. Let's do this. Doop, doop, doop. Let's do this. Okay, so they do flying. I should have earthquaked, but it's a fine. Do I have a defogger? Of course I don't. Why would I ever get a defogger? Because that makes sense. And boom. That would have probably been the smarter choice in the initial situation, but it's fine. 40. Waiting on the humans. Ba-ba-da. 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 See what he chooses. Close combat again. Sick. Ah, interesting. I want to see what he does now. Yeah, you keep doing that. Calm mind. While we wait. Well, that's just an unfortunate type advantage for them. Yeah, might just lose. Because I don't have anything that would have been able to take it in the first place anyway. That's fine, though, because we're here. Let's see. Well, I'll pop up for no reason. Oh, of course, Meteor Masters, because they have terrible percentages. I've never had. This isn't towards Pokemon. I mean, Pokemon has an issue too, but I've never had it as bad as I have on fucking Showdown, where 90% misses pretty much the first time every time. Because, oof, is it a lot? Just gonna do this. Thanks. There we go. We'll give it another few minutes. Yeah, we'll just ice beam it. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit too, so. Okay. See if they figured, which just makes sense, but then we can do this. There we go. Earthquake would have been a smarter choice. See, that's the choice. And then we'll Stone Axe. Oh, good. Good choice. But we can at least put that in for later. Smart call. I. Oh, you're on court. I see. Ugh. That works out. Hello, good Sir Cheese. We will be starting soon. I just figured I'd give more time for people to enter. And no worries. Welcome in. We're happy to have you. Didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Interesting. Of course. Damn, I thought he might try and Swords Dance. Unfortunate. We have other options, though. Oh, Knuckles. Because you're taking time to make a choice. That did indeed hurt. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That would be the smart thing to do. Okay. I don't. I think it's going to. Lunge again would be the smart move, but in my Thunder Wave. So I would like to get rid of this thing. Profile real quick? Okay. Oops. Wait, let's do this here. You streamed? Huh? 11 hours ago? Wild. Me with like Duro, I do also have technically three, but significantly less functional. Yep, knew it was coming. We probably lose right here. 3, 4, and unless I get lucky. Yep, nope. That's fine. This person just had a better utility team, and I had all just damage, which unfortunately didn't work as well. That's fine. We can move on to what we were actually going to do now. Yay! Okay, let's make sure everything's solid over here. Then we open up this, do it from the beginning, and yay, a discussion on media comprehension and literacy. I was going to put specifically in anime, but, you know, it's fine. It still is applicable considering just everything what's going on these days, but I wanted to hyper focus on anime because, you know, I'm a fucking weeb. So, yay. Welcome everyone who is here. Buckle up from me just throwing down my opinions and intake on what I think is going on these days, especially considering there's two shows in specific that are like the hyper focus of this, mainly because they're the two that have like some of the biggest controversy, but also not at the same time because of the what I think are extremely dumb reasons for that should be really obvious for people to understand, but don't seem to be. And that's why I kind of wanted to get involved in it and to have a discussion about it. Not like my opinion will sway anybody or change anything, but I still wanted to talk about it. So I might as well just dive in and go from here. But yeah, this is just a general discussion on it. And of course, if anyone wants to throw in their input, they are more than welcome to either add on, agree, and or disagree. So first big thing, what I think seems to be the issue. A lot of time when it comes to shows, and like the main shows in particular that I'm going to be talking about are like Don and Dress Up Darling, because obviously they have very polarizing things in some scenes that people seem to have issue with. But yeah, a lot of the time it seems that people are only seeing a surface level of what is happening. Usually it's like, hey, here's this scene that is supposed to be supposedly lewd or, you know, is uncomfortable, and then just going from there and not thinking about why it's in that situation and what is the purpose of that situation in the first place. And then they're like, again, with that, they're imparting their own take on it, ignoring clear messages because they're only taking surface views. So that gets them upset, riled up, and then usually they're forcing an idea onto it, usually forcing death of the author rather than letting it be an actual process. And then for those that don't know what death of the author is, it's when the audience actually portrays the idea behind the work rather than the actual author, and that becomes the more overall message. So like a really easy example of that is Fahrenheit 451, because the original message from Ray Bradbury was more so that television was going to kill books, but also that letting people just consume media will dumb them down. But most people interpreted it as a book about censorship and how it's oppressive and will lead to the dumbing down of people, but also restrictions from the government and things of that causing, censorship. And Ray Bradbury has flip-flopped a few times. He even went into a lecture at a university and argued with the university class about this, and it came to be that like everyone was like, no, your book is about this, it's clearly about this, and he's like, no, that was never my intention. And it just kind of like, when you go about it in school these days, it is generally considered a message about censorship. So that is something that happened naturally, though, when I feel like a lot of times with new shows in anime, they are kind of forcing it. It's like, no, this is what they meant, and they're trying to make it so everybody else sees that rather than people coming to that conclusion naturally and agreeing upon it. It is just like, hey, you think this way or you're wrong, and that's where the social media outcry for the sake of outcry comes in. A lot of time, obviously, the big site is Twitter, where everyone will go there, bitch, complain, and then if you say that's not what it's about at all, obviously you are awful, stupid, don't know anything, evil, or in some cases, the p word. Because I'm not sure what Twitch will say if I say it out loud, but yeah, they'll think you're a pedo. Let's go there, and when it's clearly not the case, but as I always say with Twitter, it is the 10% of the population that screams the loudest that no one really agrees with, but because they're screaming so loud, people think it's what people are thinking. And I think the big thing is like there's a lack of understanding and distinction between what fan service is and isn't. This isn't all cases, but for these two shows specifically that have been lately causing this outcry, that's what I'm kind of focusing on in general. Especially considering how Dotted On season started dash ended from the first season, and then the second season started up, and then of course the original initial start to the first season, and then what's kind of running throughout My Dress Up Darling, especially considering how some cosplays are revealed and are revealing, even though it is just, as most of us know in the cosplay community, just dressing up. It does not equate to things always. Sometimes it is just fun to wear, but again, people are just looking at the surface. So that's kind of what I see as the overall issue, like just in a very broad spectrum. Then I'm going to go into more details about that. But that's kind of like some basis points that I kind of have felt anytime I read something, or like be it an article or just someone talking about it on something like YouTube or TikTok or anywhere like that. And that's just, some of the things I wanted to, touch upon. Might as well start off, like I said, fan service seems to be the big idea of what they are misconstruing. So I want to talk about what actually constitutes as fan service. And in my opinion, it is like a blatant exposure of usually it's girls and women, but obviously it can also be men. But it is an exposure, be it like full skin, usually underwear, things of that nature, but it's generally irrelevant to the plot. There are situations where it's part of a plot, and it is like, yeah, that's the intent, so it doesn't matter. But it is supposed to be something sexual, generally, that like has nothing to do with the plot, just there kind of be there. Again, for sexual attention. Oh, well, thank you for having me on the big screen. Hope cleaning goes well. But yeah, like usually it's like for sexual tension or situations without a purpose. Usually, like, one of the big obvious points and like noticeable places is like, although this isn't like what I was gonna come back to as the purpose was like, and it's relevant to the plot in romance and harem animes, where all of a sudden the guy crashes into the girl and there's panties exposed or his hands are underneath her shirt or something like that, and it's like it like doesn't do anything. It's just kind of there, of course. Partial nudity for the sake of nudity rather than something like, oh yeah, they're going to the beach, or like, yes, there's like shower scenes, but sometimes it's like, hey, that's where I have some of my deepest thoughts in the shower. So sometimes it's something reflection, and so they're in the shower. So yes, they're gonna be naked, but it's not there to be like, oh hey, sexy. It's just like, no, we just happen to be there. Usually anything that is intended to elicit a response. Again, most cases doesn't really actually revolve around the plot. Kind of beating a dead horse, but it's still just like one of those things where it's noticeable. And like I said, there are exceptions where it's part of the plot, but it's still fan service. One of the two of the examples of it's part of the plot, but it's still fan service. I fucking love High School DxD. It's stupid because it's all fan service with a very good story behind it, but that story is progressed by, oh hey, sexy. Oh hey, his favorite thing is boobs, so the fact that he gets stronger with the power of boobs is dumb. But it made sense. And it's fun, but that's the point of the show. So it doesn't matter. It's still fan service, but that's kind of like a purpose. So that's like one of those things. And then Isekai Reviewers, another example. This is pretty much hentai light, but it's like it's part of the plot, but it's still fan service overall. Again, very funny, silly show, but it's like, yeah, this is supposed to be that way, but it is still very much fan service. And again, going into the purpose and intent of so-called nudity, we got two examples of one that is, there but isn't really intended to be like overall lewd because she is just cosplaying a character. Obviously, we have Marin Kitagawa in her Liz outfit from season 1. Not intended to be lewd. Can it be considered that? Yes, absolutely. But that's also, a perspective situation. And then we have Tamaki from Fire Force, who is there just to 99% of the time, even though she has been fixed a lot at the end of season 2 and beginning and most of season 3. There to be lewd for the sake of being lewd. It is the purpose behind it. Usually it's notable in how it reflects the story when situations arise. And it should be considered like where this is going. Again, she's just doing that to cosplay. It's not leading to anything more, although they'd use that situation. But again, that situation is more for a romantic premise rather than like a sexual premise. This is what I was saying before about just because someone's doing a daily action and may be exposed doesn't exactly mean it's fan service. Like I was saying, sometimes just changing isn't really exactly fan service, though it can be perceived that way depending on how it's shown. But most of the time it's like, nope, I'm just getting dressed. That's not really fan service. That's just an action you are doing. Same thing with a shower. Now, if it's like, oh, yes, let me just rub myself and get suds up, that's going to be fan service. Or, oh, I'm exposing this much, so much skin, and then someone walks in on me and it's like, oh, no, what do I do? That's probably also fan service. Again, that's not always the case. Sometimes that's for romantic sake, but again, you can see when the situation is calling for it. There's a lot of times, again, usually it's really noticeable in harem animes where they have this filter to make it seem sexy. Usually it's hazy, sparkly at the same time. And then it's got to be like, is there, well, it's supposed to be an intent, but, typos, lovely, behind what's being shown? Is it obviously something like, oh, you should be horny? Those kind of things should be very apparent, but sometimes people don't want to look in depth about it. There's a nuance to it. In Kill la Kill's case, it is represented originally as horny, but the clearer message is actually about being comfortable in one's skin. Sure, it seems sexy because of the outfit, and then of course Ryuko's original reaction to it, but then as Satsuki kind of explains, is like, you should be comfortable wearing this because you're who you are. This is just a tool. And again, like the overall message of Kill la Kill, I tapped the button, is being comfortable in one's skin, accepting of who you are, and just being you for the sake of being you. Yep, like I said, nuance to it. It's not always clear cut. There are situations where it's harder to determine what is something that can be considered fair service, and that's going to be something up for discussion, and that's fine. But there's a lot of times when people, like I said, will yell and argue about it, saying, no, you are wrong, and if you don't agree, you are a problem. Like, somebody can completely disagree with my take on Kill la Kill, and if this is like true fan service or if it is a clearer message or more underlying message. And I think that's fine, because some people could see it as something else. I had one friend who thought the idea of Kill la Kill was actually for girls being more comfortable with their periods and things like that. And I didn't see that whatsoever, but he just went into this discussion about it, and we disagreed, but it was also just something that we, actually had a conversation about. And again, sometimes there's a mix of both situation where it is and isn't fan service, blends well and kind of throws it off. That's why I keep going to Kill la Kill, because there are instances where it's like, okay, yeah, that's sometimes put as a joke too, but you have to kind of see through it and determine with nuance what actually is going on. Then there's another factor for people, is that there are cultural differences, especially between us and Japan, that like a lot of people want to ignore. They're wrong. Love Japan. Uh, too many people think it is the most perfect country in the world when there's a lot of problems in it, and there's the things that they completely disagree and don't think about. They have major different views and life experiences. Sometimes things are put in there because they, acknowledge there's the birth rate issue. So sometimes they do want you to feel horny for the sake of, being horny, because then they're like, ah, yes, this can elicit responses. So maybe people will go out and do the deed. Anime still is, and especially back in the old days, was a way to show off different taboos to its community, because you notice a lot of the time the characters that are the main characters don't act like typical Japanese people. Usually they're a lot louder, a lot more aggressive, more outgoing, things of that nature. So they wanted to, go into things where people could like do stuff that isn't the norm to Japan, but also, things like these days that are becoming more acceptable weren't very much back in the day. Like Japan used to be a lot more, homophobic and stuff like that. It's become better, but it's still noticeable. They are, you know, not as positively representative of the gay community. But that was one of the things that could show it in anime and be more acceptable and be like, ah, yes, this is doing it here, so I don't have to see it in real life kind of situation. It is progressing, but it doesn't happen immediately, and that's where shows like anime can help. But it also might not be in the direction people are expecting, so that's one thing people have to consider. And they also have cultural events and views on things that are different than us. One reason why anime has beach episodes so often is because most of them do take place in high school. That'll be a reference in the next slide. But going to the beach during summer vacation is a very prominent event in Japanese high schoolers' lives. It is a very big thing, so they like to reminisce about it and like explain it. Like, hey, going to the beach, this is something that we used to do. It's something we look very fondly towards. So that's why they'll have a lot of beach episodes. And it's like, obviously, because they're going to the beach, they're going to wear swimsuits. That is not like, oh, we're going to have a fan service episode. It's like, sometimes yes, but a lot of the time it's just like, no, we just want to have this because it's something we reminisce about and it's something people can relate to. And that's something to consider. Like, sure, we don't do it here very often. Like, obviously, we go to the beach and stuff like that, but beach episodes are common in anime because of that. And that's something that people like have to consider is like, why is this happening? Is it something that is like of relevance to their culture? And it's like, you might not know that all the time, but that's something to potentially look up, consider, try to research about if you actually really do care and aren't actually trying to just scream for the sake of screaming. But again, going into this now, the demographic, because usually a prominent amount of anime that people watch these days is shonen or shoujo. Who is the target audience for shonen and shoujo? That is, young boys and young girls. Shonen being, I think, what it's technically supposed to be 8 to 18, and then shonen for shoujo, so they're both of them like that age range. Then when you go to seinen and josei, that's 18 to 40 years old. Those are more the targets for that. So if you're watching something like Don Don, that's going to be targeted towards high schoolers. That's why a lot of shows are in high school. And again, going back to the beach stuff is like, oh, this is something that we did in high school. High schoolers are going to relate to this. And then that's another thing, like shonen, shoujo, seinen, and josei, amongst other things, they aren't genres like a lot of people sometimes seem to think they are. They're actually demographic age groups, like I just said. And they also really more correlate to the magazine. So it's easier for people to be like, oh yeah, this is a magazine that I can relate to because it is my target age range. So that's something people need to consider more often, but I feel like they don't. It is very blatant when they get upset about something. It's like, hey, this is something I, as an adult, seeing these children do, and it's like, well, the target audience is probably children. You are an adult, experience different things than what they do. And then just because more people can enjoy it doesn't mean it has to cater to them. So you can be my age, seeing something is like, oh yeah, this is a shonen, I love it, but I feel uncomfortable with this, so it should matter to me. It's like, well, no, it doesn't. It's like I'm not who it's targeted towards. So that's a thing like so many people don't process. And then again, this is another one. You are now inputting and viewing things and then shoving it upon that series. So like what you're feeling is more a reflection of you than of the art a lot of the time. And the scene I'm gonna go into for especially Dawn and On is like, yes, if like some things are supposed to be uncomfortable, but then for other shows it's like, hey, why is this, child in a sexual situation and it's supposed to be making me horny? It's like, well, if you're horny over a child, that's kind of more a reflection of you than this, especially if it's just like a normal scene. Like I said, again, in the shower is like, being in the shower isn't inherently sexual. So if you are just being like, oh yeah, that's sexy to me, that might be something reflective of you rather than of that situation in anime. And that's something to consider. But a lot of people, again, don't. Are you actually supposed to feel that emotion? Like, is it like actually its purpose? And just because you feel it doesn't mean it's immediately right and the rest of everyone is wrong. Like you can feel that way and be like, all right, everyone else who doesn't feel the same way I do isn't wrong. It's again, unfortunately, very reflective in a lot of things these days, not just media, but it is a common practice that I'm seeing just be expressed more often. Again, on everyone's favorite site, Twitter. Yeah, yeah, exactly. People are telling on themselves. There's other examples, not just in anime. I talked about this the other way with somebody about Helldivers. When the game first came out, obviously you're going after bugs and robots, but maybe like the bugs were the big focus at the time. And somebody was saying like, oh, Super Earth is a representative of America going after the Middle Eastern oil, and the bugs themselves are representative of Middle Eastern people. It's like, first of all, this is a goofy game about killing aliens. Second of all, you are equating these monstrous, vicious bugs that do not think, just go after and kill whoever's available to Middle Eastern people. Is that not more reflective of you and how you see those people compared to us who are just playing the game? And there's a lot of other situations, especially like with D&D, where there was the big issue with orcs and how they removed the classification of races, and because a lot of people were saying, oh, orcs reflect to black people, and this is like, whoa, you are again reflecting your more of your views on those people to this situation than other people. So again, like you said, forget cheese, fucking people are telling on themselves and they just don't kind of see it. um some like a lot of people just immediately look at it and react, and I think that's one of the another big problem. It's just kind of baffling how many people will do this, and it's kind of telling themselves is like, so you're the one with the problem but you're blaming others. Here is the big scenes that I feel like caused a lot of discourse. I threw in Marin again because obviously a lot of her outfits are more revealing. This goes into us always talking about cosplay is not consent. Just because it is revealing does not mean it is intended to be sexual. It is just something that happens to be revealing. There, she enjoys these characters. She thinks they're cute and likes their appearances and how they act. Yes, like technically, this character is from a hentai game, but it doesn't mean she is initiating that reaction. But people go is like, oh, hey, you're supposed to be sexually attracted to this child. It's like, no, that is not the point. And then with these scenes here for Dandadan, people are like, oh, they're sexualizing this child. It's like, this person is being assaulted. You are supposed to be uncomfortable, because people don't realize Dandadan is about the three major horrors that the author is thinking of. There is supernatural horror with the ghosts, extraterrestrial horror with the aliens, and then human horror with how scary humans can be. all these situations, these two in specific, is like, yes, this is extraterrestrial, but it is also supposed to reflect human horror about being forced upon. This one again is another situation where it's human horror, where especially in Japan, there's a lot of, unfortunately, sexual assault directed towards women, and this is supposed to be uncomfortable because it's a reflection of that. Hell, originally Don Don was supposed to be a story of only Momo, but the editors be like, no, 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 you have to include a guy. You have to include all these other things. He wanted Seiko to actually be still like looking like an old woman, but the editors told him like, nope, make her look younger, sexier, all this other stuff, and it's kind of being forced upon him. So he's also, announcing that, like, and it just making it obvious, like, hey, this is like, again, a cultural thing, and sometimes it is forced upon you. It is unfortunate, but this is supposed to make you uncomfortable, but it's supposed to show her escaping, overpowering, and voicing the situation. It is not supposed to be something like, wow, this is supposed to be attractive. So if you are seeing it that way, you are most likely the problem, unfortunately. So going into media comprehension and literacy as a whole, it's never going to be straightforward. It is something that is ever expanding. People are always, going to grow with it and evolve their comprehension. But sometimes it obviously seems like nobody wants to. They're just going to see what they see and immediately be like, nope, this is it, rather than looking deeper into what's the clear message. But yeah, it's not straightforward. Sometimes you're going to have a lot of things to consider. It isn't always surface level, but sometimes it is that simple. Sometimes it really is something very clear of like, hey, the easy example, the door or the curtains are blue and the door's red. There's no like deeper meaning behind it. Sometimes it is that way, but a lot of times it can have more depth and input to it. And sometimes there is the situation of death of the author where there is actually more response to it and consideration because of the viewers see it that way. It evolves into that. But your view isn't always correct, and it isn't always going to be wrong either if different, unless you get some extreme cases like I feel like is happening a lot. And that's why I wanted to do this entire discussion in the first place, because I keep seeing a lot of people shouting for something that should be obvious, and it's like sometimes being uncomfortable is okay because it's supposed to be talked about, and people don't want to talk about uncomfortable things, so that let these uncomfortable things happen more. And that's like the one of the messages behind those scenes in Don, because he's like, yeah, these uncomfortable things happen, I don't like it, so I want to talk about it, but he can only do it so much in so many ways. I just wish more people would give actual thought, but also at the same time, don't overwhelm and drown yourself in it. Don't make it like the only thing you focus on. I wanted to keep this overall presentation brief because I didn't want to go, oh, well, there's this factor and this factor and this factor and this factor. And it's like that could be happening too with these shows where you can just like, well, there's this. What does this mean? What does that mean? What about this? It's like, well, that's why there's this. Sometimes it is that simple. So enjoy it, think about it, and be like, how does it make you feel? And it's like, but remember, consider, is like, is there more? But overall, to those people, is like, anime is art, and some situations aren't always for everyone. There's some parts that it's just like, you know what, maybe this isn't something that you should be invested in because it makes you feel a way, and if a lot of people don't feel that way and you disagree, it's like maybe that's just something you don't have to enjoy, and I think that's okay. And lastly, like, why it matters. Again, I've been saying this a lot, but people's outcry that can just ruin the entire experience as a whole. Twitter has like been my common example, but there's so many other things. Like TikTok is also being like extremely prominent and noticeable in these situations where I'll see people talk about like, hey, this is stupid, you shouldn't enjoy that, it's really uncomfortable. And it can lead to things like censorship, which I am very much avidly against censorship of pretty much all kinds. There's only about 2 examples I can think of, and they're for really obvious things. But even then, it's just, yeah, people like censorship is ridiculous. The fact that there's still books that are banned in schools and censored is just baffling to me. And I know it happens all over the world, but obviously there's only ones I can know of here. But it's still crazy how it's a thing. I feel like it actively makes people dumber. Both censorship and like not taking the time to think about what deeper messages could be. It'll cause infighting, um, and can cause like the community to break apart. It took forever to build up the anime community or become more active. I mean, obviously it's more mainstream now, but I remember back whenever I was young, I could find maybe 2-3 people out of 100 that would actually like anime, and even then they would only be interested so much. Um, and because it does cause discourse, can lead to things like bullying and worse. And I chose this Uzaki-chan example for a reason, because so many people, you know, thought so negatively of this, be like, oh, she's first of all, I think she's like 19, 20 in the show or series. But then they start freaking out saying she looks like a child. I was like, well, no, she's just small. She's 4'11", which, I know several people of around that size with, similar features. And then they start freaking out, causing people to um, feel uncomfortable with their body because they like, no, that's like weird. Oh, where are her organs? Like, it can cause body dysmorphia and things like that nature. People can just feel uncomfortable for liking the show in the first place. I don't particularly like the show, but doesn't mean anything. It is indeed a younger generation, it seems, but I feel like that's also unfortunately because there are more prominent older ones that will react and then can manipulate them. But it is unfortunately more noticeable that younger generations seem to be becoming more prudish, which is odd, but it does happen. But yeah, it is just, it's like they want to reinvent the bullying that we got rid of for the sake of potentially its clout. Potentially they want reactions. Some are just unfortunately dumb. Uh, Social media unfortunately has not helped people as much as it should, and it is just causing things that I don't think are necessary. Just for trends, or unfortunately the adage of all publicity is good publicity, which is not true at all. Again, it leads to things like cancel culture and stuff like that, and I think that is just unfortunately one of the dumbest things that has happened, especially considering how times change. Like, I said some stupid shit 10, 15 years ago that I would never say now, but back then it was like, yeah, it's fine. Now I'm just like, no, that's ridiculous, and people just don't understand. And that's the same thing with a lot of animes, is that 30 years ago this was normal, and like I said back in my other tab, there's a cultural difference. Back then, like, there's a lot of things that weren't accepted in Japan, but anime could make it real because they had a separation from fantasy and fiction that we don't have as much anymore here in the States. And this is also for a lot of Western nations where we have, yeah, he said some stupid shit an hour ago, as long as he's going to grow. But like in Western cultures, we have more of an identity with the media we consume compared to Japan. There's of course exceptions, but in a lot of cases we're like, oh yeah, I love this and this, and this is part of my life. When in Japan, it's like, no, it's something I watch, but that's about it. There is a TikTok creator who did a fantastic discussion. It just happened to be, I saw it on like Saturday night or Sunday, and I wanted to bring it up because I really liked what they were talking about, because it was very similar to what I'm discussing. They just happen to do it much more eloquently. Their name is Sakuga Shoujo. And like I said, it was a few days ago. I'm going to okay, I didn't mean to do that. Type this out real quick just to include. I'm gonna pop it back up, but just so people can like potentially, if they want to, go watch this video by them. It was on TikTok. So if you don't have TikTok, unfortunately, I don't know if they have any other platforms, but yeah, here, let me pop this back up. It was this right here. Like I said, they did a very well thought out and comprehensive discussion on it. Like they went into more detail about the things like the demographics and the taboo situation than I could have, because they do know more about it. Like I, of course, do know a good bit about Japan because of just being someone who's been involved with, appreciating anime amongst other things along with their culture, and so there's so much I know about it. But even still, like I can only know so much. They just happen to potentially look more into it than I did. But yeah, I would definitely recommend watching this video um, by them. Like I said, it's probably from 2 days ago or so. They were wearing a blue checkered shirt, so that would make it a little bit easier potentially. But if you can take the time, it is about a 10-minute video, I think. But I think it was very worthwhile and more things to consider. And I actually enjoyed it just like for the discussion. So I would definitely recommend that. But yes, that's all I had currently with my slides. But my overall take, obviously, is I think it's very important that people kind of like try to expand their media comprehension. And I'm tired of talking, like I say media comprehension because like media literacy is now being used kind of as a weaponized term to call people stupid and things like that. An easy discussion where people are talking about media literacy again just because it's related to Starship Troopers, where people don't seem to get like the intent behind like some of the messages. Like the movie, I enjoy that movie. It is a satire. Unfortunately, the I don't recall if it was the director or producer only read like maybe the first quarter of the book, so they didn't actually pick up on the actual message of the book, and so they made the movie satirization of fascism, even though it didn't do it very well. They're very subtle notes, and they say like, "Oh, this is a media literacy like of like what the message behind this film is." And I was like, "Well, he didn't really do a good job with the media literacy himself." So there's like a lot of infighting about that movie and book currently, and it's a lot of people calling everybody else stupid. So that's another reason why it's like I see it like media literacy being passed along a lot and causing fighting. That's why I try to say comprehension more, but I still think people need to take a deeper look at what they are consuming and not just going like, hey, I see this, it is immediately this, and I'm the only one who's right, and if you don't agree with me, you're dumb and evil and all this other thing. And I feel like that is unfortunately happening a lot. And that's why I wanted to do this, especially because it's two series I very much enjoy, especially Dawn to Dawn. Obviously, that is one of my favorite series. I've been, talking it up since I learned about it. What was it, 3-4 years ago, and then rekindled it whenever I first started reading again. 2 years ago, and I just want people to like not bash it for silly reasons like promoting things and actually understand that like this is a horror romantic comedy, and there's going to be situations that are intended to make you uncomfortable because they are uncomfortable. But yeah, like that's my overall discussion and mention of this. Just something I feel like people can consider more. Thank you all for participating and listening. I will now be shifting over to the seasonal anime review because fall season is about to start because summer season pretty much has ended, which is kind of baffling because it felt like it went really fast and it was a really stacked season too. So I will end this here, bring up this, and we can go from there. Thank you for confirming, my good sir. I hoped it was entertaining and thought provoking as always. So I'm going to actually get a little water real quick because that all that talking already made my mouth a little dry. So I want to refill my water. Plus, also, I figure I can give everyone a chance to do a little break real fast. And after that, we'll come back and start her up. So, one moment. Alrighty then. Now we can get back to discussing this upcoming season, I should say, anime. And, well, depending on your opinion, we can say we're starting off strong with One Punch Man season 3. I believe this is once again a different studio from season 2. I could be wrong there. But yeah, I know this arc is going to be more dealing with Garo and the, well, without spoilers, is going to be dealing with that and that the consequences of him. I have not watched since season 1. I mean, I started reading One Punch Man before season 1, so even then I've kind of known what happens. I'm significantly farther in the manga. I personally will not be watching it because I didn't even watch season 2. But the things I did see of season 2, I didn't care for the animation. If this is a new studio, they might do it well. If it is not, I'm just not pressed. But personally, for me, it's a skip. I ain't gonna watch it. But if you like One Punch Man, obviously, go for it. I enjoy reading it. We actually had a new chapter about 2 days ago. Um, Next is more Spy Family. I dropped it after season 1. I hope it's going well. Everyone seems to love it. I just couldn't get into it more. It didn't click with me. I know, right? Summer season's already over. Like, Don's over. My Sonobisk Doll. Um, Technically, Gachi Akuda and a few others are continuing on, so that's a plus. Haven't watched anything. Oof, that's rough. There's a lot of good ones. It was indeed a stacked season last season. And I kind of looked at this earlier yesterday. I probably won't be watching much of it, so I'll have time to go back and watch other things. Um, but yeah, I Spy Family season 3. Everyone knows about Spy Family. I personally won't be watching it. Like I said, I dropped it after like the first half of season 1, I think. I know I didn't make it into season 2, so it's going to be another skip for me. But you know, it seems people are enjoying it. I just felt like there wasn't really a lot of progress going on. After that, we have the final season of My Hero, which, good for My Hero. Finally coming to a close anime wise. I read the manga. I do not know where specifically they will be starting off with this. But hey, again, if you're a My Hero fan, good for you. 3 episodes in season 2 of what, My Hero or Spy Family? Because yes. Either way, I read all of My Hero. I watched the first episode. I just read the rest of it. Um, but hey, hopefully their community's gotten better because woof. Anya show, yeah, it just didn't do anything for me. But yeah, My Hero. Hopefully the community's gotten better, and hopefully they get to enjoy those last season. I don't think the ending was bad. I know there was a lot of controversy around the ending too. People got bitching about it, which was stupid. I think it was fine. Next, we have To Your Eternity. This is the 3rd season as well. I haven't even finished the 2nd season. I need to. I loved the 1st season. I kind of started the 2nd season, but it didn't pique my interest as much as the 1st season did, which is unfortunate because I really liked the 1st season. I cannot confirm if this will be any good. I need to, like I said, finish the 2nd season. Then I would potentially go into this, but it might be something where I drop it again. I hope it's still good because, like I said, 1st season was quite compelling. For those that don't know, To Your Eternity is about this immortal being that can take the shape of pretty much anything. And it's about it developing its own variation of humanity by interacting with others. And it's also there to fight on behalf of God to get rid of these abominations. But it's more about like it developing its own premise of what it is to be a human. At least get the 1st season watch. I can say that at very least. Give the 1st season a watch. It's very compelling. After that, I'm not sure. Okay, on to the first show that I don't know anything about. It is based off a light novel. Tomodachi no Imoto ga ore na... God, so many descriptor words. Ni dake uzai. So, I think that Tomodachi means friend, little sister. Her name's Uzai. I'm not gonna say I know enough Japanese to actually properly read that. So let's read the description. Maybe I'll watch the trailer after that. I'm gonna assume no because I feel like this is gonna be a stupid romance of that harem situation. If a girl teases you, that means she likes you. Unfortunately, Akiteru knows from experience that isn't the case, but don't we all? Because every girl he interacts with shows him nothing but scorn, and he's not scored a single date from it. Luckily, he's more concerned with securing a spot for him and his game development buddies as uncle business. But when his uncle throws him a condition that involves playing the part of his daughter's boyfriend, Akiteru has no choice but to take it. What will his best friend's sister, Iroha, who bullies him relentlessly, think of the news? Yeah, it sounds really unfortunately to me boring as hell because it is probably going to be just excessive bullying, tsundere garbage that I'm just tired of. I used to like tsunderes. I just kind of nothing them anymore because it is really repetitive. And I've become older, so now I'm just like, please just give me proper communication. You acting like you don't like me to reveal that you do like me is not what I need in my life. So I've just kind of outgrown tsunderes. So this is definitely gonna probably be a no for me. I don't even think I need to watch the trailer. Just not compelling. Gonna be a skip. But hey, I guess if you like tsunderes, this is probably for you. Next, we have the second season of My Isekai Skill is a Shop. I read this one. I enjoy reading it. I didn't watch the show. It is the only reason I enjoy reading it because it is just kind of like silly. But it is another isekai where the guy gets a skill that seems useless but is actually relatively powerful because it makes him able to befriend a Fenrir, which is one of the strongest monsters in the entire world. So ta-da! And then because he does it with other monsters, he befriends them as well, even though they're really strong. And that's pretty much what it is: adventures with monsters, then cooking show. Which there's a lot of those. So again, not potentially something to watch. I'm not gonna watch it. Like I said, I've already read it. Unless it somehow catches up to the show and catches up to the manga and surpasses it. I know it's technically a light novel, but it's like, I'll just keep reading. So I'm gonna be skip. Although it is on my Mappa, and the Mappa does a good fucking job. Okay. Saigon ni hitotsu dake onegai shite mo yoroshi deshoka. Scarlet has put up with her fiance's bullying long enough. Not only is the second prince Kyle arrogant and crude, but he suddenly calls off their engagement during a ball, and things get any worse. He then continues a crime she never committed, fueled by betrayal, secretly anxious rage, giving the prince knows be done to forget. This is a villainous Mark 77. There was a show in the spring season that was very similar, just slightly different. There was a series the fucking season before. This is like the 90, like I said, the 76 iteration of this, where guy is dick, girl gets revenge, finds handsome prince that actually is equal of standing or higher standing to the guy she was engaged with, makes him fall for her. Ta-da! I'm tired of these as well. This is kind of like the romance isekai where it's very repetitive and stuff like that. If there was a more compelling gimmick to it, I'd care, but it just seems very by the book. The beatdown they'll never forget. I don't. That's probably the only thing that could compel me to, but I'm not really pressed, so I will most likely skip this as well. Hello, Summer. How do? We are reviewing the upcoming fall season. So far, it has been all skips for me. Let's see if this one can change it. Watashi wa tabatai hidodanashi. I've come to eat you. So softly utters the mermaid Shiori as she emerges from the sea to take high school girl Hinako by hand. Hinako lives alone in a town by the sea and possesses an unusually delicious body. Oh, okay. That is irresistible to nearby monsters. To ensure that she matures to the best condition, Shiori seeks to protect Hinako, all that someday she can devour every piece of her. What will become of Hinako's feelings as this looming unjust death closes in on her? What do you do? Landed a title from Mexico. Hell, hey, there you go. That's what's up. Congratulations on a title, and we're vibing. I'm actually kind of curious about this one, especially considering it's actually a horror. I mean, I guess that makes sense considering monsters are trying to eat her, but I figured it'd be more, different. I'm actually kind of curious. I think I might watch the trailer on this. This is gonna be loud real quick. Sorry, everyone. Let's adjust this down. Okay. There we go.
ねえひなこ、家畜に食べ頃があるのなら人間にだって食べ頃があると思いませんか？君をたどいたまえ早くお願いだから早く私をこんなところにいたんですね、君を美味しくしに行きましょう。あなたのことを信じて待ってみようと思ったことを後悔してしまう。ひなこのこと待ってたんだよああ、そういえばさ、花火見えた？やだよおいでいかないで。死にたくない、もっと生きたいと願った時、私が君のすべてを食らい尽くします。
Oh, you did? Unfortunately, this trailer isn't giving me much. It kind of feels more like a Yuri than the horror aspect, but I'm not opposed to giving it a few watches. I might give it an episode at least just to kind of see what the vibes are. However, that splurt noise earlier fucking made me laugh a little bit. But yeah, that has a potential interest for me. I'll at least give it one episode just to kind of check it. Like, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like this could be something. Depends on the monsters. Depends on if it is actually kind of horror, if it is more psychological, or if it's going to be like actually a monster fest. Also depends on the interactions. If it's going to come off as Yuri, then I might not have that interest. But I'll give it at least one episode. So that's not something. That's the first one we're actually considering watching. Isn't that impressive? Took long enough, but we got there. Okay. Next. God, what's the fucking light novel? Light novel, obviously. I was just saying light novel ass names that we've been getting lately. Because let's see. Light novel. This is technically a light novel. I don't know if this is a light novel, but I wouldn't be surprised. Light novel. This one's actually a manga, but then I got another fucking light novel. There's a lot of light novel adaptations lately. Okay, I'm gonna try and not butcher this name. Ansatsusha. Let's try that again because I already fucked up. Ansatsusha de aru ore no status ga yusha yori mo akiraka nai suyo no daga. I probably could have said that significantly faster and said it a lot better, but here we are. Let's see. Akira Oda and his high school classmate are summoned to another world. Obviously, an ace guy. What a surprise there. While the other students are granted cheat ability. What a surprise! Cheat abilities, crazy. Through the summoning, Akira merely gained the ability of a mediocre assassin. That's never a mediocre, but okay. Okay. For some reason, it started zooming. I think I'm leaning on the control button. However, as soon as his status soon surpasses Hero, the strongest person, as Akira becomes suspicious of the king behind his summoning, he is falsely framed for crime of being forced to flee. Okay, well, that's again relatively common. However, this art is kind of compelling to me, so I want to give it a shot. Let's watch the trailer, see how that goes. Oh, okay. Okay. That's nice. I don't. We don't care about the ad. Okay, what are these trailer choices that aren't showing anything about the plot that is initially described? Thanks for that. Okay, well, unfortunately, this trailer made me lose interest, actually. I'll still probably give it an episode, but yeah, that trailer did nothing to help my interest. Like, I want to know more about what crime he's being, accused of, how he's handling it, not the, elf girl wife. So yeah, that's gonna be one, but it's now kind of a tentative one. Mainly what sold me is this, splash art and like the potential animation behind it. So Ranma 1/2 second season, didn't watch the first Ranma 1/2 season, so I have no input on this, so I'm going to say a tentative skip until I actually watch Ranma 1/2, even though I know that it was actually very well done. I need to get there. So unfortunately, skip for me. This is right here. This is for Bingus. Twisted Wonderland, the animation. All her husbandos. Um, I know nothing about the series, but Yukin is whisked away to Night Raven College, an arcane academy in the world of Twisted Wonderland. Stranded until he can find a way home, Yukin is allowed to stay on campus despite having no magic of his own. But when his new friends land him in trouble with the head mage, his future at the school looks bleak. Now Yukin fate hinges on bringing together a pair of argumentative first years and a fire-breathing monster cat. Well, most game-based shows don't do well and don't really appeal to me, but this is also a, you know, just husbando simulator, so I'm not really pressed. But if you vibe with that, hell yeah, go for it. Gonna be a skip for me unless I am told otherwise or just something about it really appeals. But yeah, gonna be a skip for me. Okay, Sonda, older style. It's a drama and a mystery. Okay, let's see. The story starts with Sonda, second year middle school student, getting attacked with a kitchen knife by his classmate Fuyumura. While Sonda couldn't make sense of the situation at first, he gradually came to believe Fuyumura's actions were just mean acts stemming off from the latter having a peculiar puberty phase. Okay, but that is all a misunderstanding. Fuyumura actually suspects that Sonda is the descendant of a certain lineage. That gives me very little, but is also intriguing, and it's Science Saru, so I'm already giving them bonus points and giving at least one episode. Let's watch the trailer to see what else happens. For fuck's sake with these stupid ad removal things. I don't care. YouTube, that's your problem. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna burn YouTube. I don't even have an ad block on. Okay, Santa Claus. Not where I was expecting this to go. Okay, so it's probably supposed to be pronounced Santa instead of Sonda, but I fuck with this. Let's go. This seems ridiculous in the best way. And it's Science Saru? Hell yeah. This is definitely a must watch for me. I'm definitely watching this. I'm at least watching 3 episodes, but that looks awesome. That's so stupid. I love that. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't even know, like, I didn't even think Santa from this. I mean, I can see it now, but that's fantastic. Also, like, the trailer gave significantly more horror vibes than this one that is, like, oh, wait, where is it? This one that's supposed to be a horror. So, I don't know. This was very much more compelling. The art style is cool. Science Saru slaps. Yeah, I'm definitely watching that. Okay. Chitoseke wa Ramu ne Bin Nonaka. Being popular isn't easy. It's hard to be Sako Chitose, the most popular kid in high school. Check. An ironclad reputation that can weather even vicious online attacks. Check. A group of friends as attractive on the outside as on the inside. Check. But when a teacher asks for his help bringing back a student who has been shut away in his room for months, Saku's perfect world will never be the same. What is this? Some kind of normie harem story? I've just grown past harem shows in general, especially high school ones. I already can tell. Not gonna be my vibe. Like, just not for me. If you still enjoy those, hell yeah, good for you. I'm skipping it. I just don't care. Um, on to the next. Wand Dance. Interesting. Okay, so Kabako Kotani is starting high school and he plans to do what he's always done. Go along with his friends, keep quiet, not draw too much attention to himself. After all, it's hard enough to get by with a stutter like his. Why make things worse by standing out from the crowd? But then he sees another first year, Hikari Wanda, dancing like no one is watching. I have to go buy some bagels. I mean, a day, and I need something light that are like a toast delivered. Yes, have some variation of food. Always have something to eat. Not eating is a problem. I will spurn you if you don't. I had hash browns, 3 cookies for breakfast. I then had a piece of let's see, lemon pepper chicken, and then for dinner I had pizza. I also had snacks in between. I like to eat. Still making your fajitas? Dang, crazy. Hopefully those fajitas are good though. You've been doing this for a while, so I'm gonna assume they're bomb. But continuing on, dancing is watching, or like she does not care who sees her. It made Kabaku wonder, could he reach that same freedom to find his way to Wanda? He does something he never thought he could. He joins the dance club. After all, every routine begins with a single step, right? Join Kabuko and Wanda as they freestyle their way to life and love. I actually think that sounds kind of interesting. It's different from normal, sports animes and dance ones where instead of being like contemporary, it's freestyle. I'm gonna watch the trailer just because I'm kind of curious. Oh, liver chicken, usual herb, but I don't think I eat that at the moment. That's fair. I'm just always hungry. And then let's see. I had to go to the store for stuff. I forgot. Fair and valid. Oh, YouTube. Suck it. Okay. I understand why they're using 3D, but it looked kind of janky. Let's see how. Okay, if it was just like kind of an opening 3D, that's fine. I'm usually more forgiving of 3D than most people too, so we'll just kind of have to see how it develops. But I'm still kind of willing to give this a shot. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, it depends on how much 3D they use and how fluid it is. Like, if that's kind of like the opening situation, I don't care too much about that. I will at least give it one episode to see how I feel because the premise sounds interesting and I like the vibe of it. The music was cool. It seems kind of fun. So, yeah, I'll give it a chance. Tell them put peanut butter on the side or like lighten both. Yeah. Very much a vibe. I usually have either butter or peanut butter on my bagels as well, but I also only have like plain ones. Oh, this show's already started. Oh yeah, I remember seeing this show already started. When growing tensions around AI sparks civil unrest, Akira is caught in the crossfire when he protects his girlfriend from an assassin's bullet. Hundreds of years later, he awakens from cryogenic sleep to an unfriendly world. As he struggles to become terms with his reality, he's bonded with an android called Yugure, who bears an uncanny resemblance to his girlfriend. Now he must ask himself what love means in a world where technology has changed the very fabric of society. I saw this, like the first episode came out, and I was kind of intrigued. The description on that was a little more in depth. It made me like not as interested, but I honestly should just at least watch the trailer. Yeah, that was the thing I saw. They said the android asks him to get married. I hate you.
国という地域管理形態は OL が解体したんです。国がない。あれは何？結婚式っぽいけど全員女性だし。あれはエルシーだよ。貴様は旧時代の遺跡からの出土品扱いとな。人権などないと覚え。西暦日本の気分が抜けないようですね。このピンチ、あなたたちを救うことができます。
Okay, you got a fucking rail cannon. Or a particle cannon, all of a sudden. The trailer at least piqued my interest a little more. I might give it an episode, just kind of see how I feel about it. It's not ultra compelling, especially because, you know, the romance to me has to be like a lot more in-depth. But it might be interesting considering how they kind of portrayed the future. So we'll give it a shot. At least one episode. Okay, Bukio no Senpai. Let's see. Kanawa Senpai is considered many things, but smooth is definitely not one of them. Then she meets Kamigawa, her new kohai. He's cute, little nerdy, and easy to talk to. How will this awkward senpai be able to handle these new feelings? Okay, well, that gives nothing, but again, it's a romance, and we just said, like, romances aren't as compelling to me. But I will at least give it a trailer watch. Oh, on the plus side, it is at least a work romance, so it is out of high school, so that's a positive. Okay, she's cute, so that's funny. Huh. Well, it's not got a lot going for it, but like I said, a positive. It is at least a work romance rather than a high school one. I might give it an episode considering how few shows I'm already watching this season, but I'm not super pressed. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't look awful. But romances are kind of rough, so I have to at least see how I feel about the chemistry. The plus side, she's kind of goofy cute, so that definitely helps. Okay, next is Kekkon Yubai wa Monogatari, second season. Oh, that's right. This is the fucking show where this guy has to have 5 wives, and each one gives him a magic ring related to the elements, and he's trying to defeat the Abyss King, which is, you know, some dark being. It's a harem show. Harem isekai. Ta-da. The first season wasn't compelling. This one probably won't be either, so I'm not really pressed. But hey, if you want 5 wives of different species, because one's like a dragon girl, one's a cat girl, one's a normal girl, one's a gnome girl. I think there's one more. Go for that. Okay, this is a fucking name right here. Shinjiteta Nakamatachi ni Dungeon Okuguchi de Kurosare Keta, thank you. Gift Mugen Gacha, the level 999,000 or 9,999. No Nakamatachi wo te ni irete moto party member to Sekai ni Fukushu and Zama Shimasu. That was a fucking name. Is it a surprise that it's a light novel? I would assume no. Okay. When Light is kicked out of the concord of the tribes, his former comrades instantly turn on him. Light escapes this diabolical act of betrayal by the skin of his teeth, only to find himself in the deepest part of the abyss, the most dangerous dungeon in the realm. To avoid being eaten by carnivorous monsters, he uses unlimited gacha, his sole magical skill. But where it previously produced junk items, this time May, a gorgeous level 9,999 fighter in a maid outfit, springs forth. Fast forward 3 years, and Light has carved out his own kingdom in this backwater dungeon, summoning more beautiful level 9,999 warriors who swear fealty to him. Now a powerful level 9,999 overlord himself, Light plans to ascend to the surface and take revenge on his betrayers one by one. Wow, that doesn't sound like every other isekai with this stupid mechanic that has come out for the past 10 years. Just, it's... I just don't care. I just don't. I don't even want to watch the trailer because it seems so redundant and basic. But I will at least do that to give it a chance. But it is the same revenge story of hero kicked out of party, all of a sudden is the most powerful, gets revenge, or doesn't need to get revenge because he's happy now that he found his new party. Yeah. Unless he commits to the revenge and absolutely butchers these people, I do not care. Because if it he goes full evil and says yeah, I'm just gonna destroy your city, I don't care. Because it'd be funny if he actually went full evil. If I hear that happens, then I'm interested. Otherwise, I don't care. Next is Thriden Zigumi Ginpachi Sensei. This is a spinoff of Gintama. I love Gintama, so I might check it out, but at the same time, Gintama ended and it was a really good ending, and I'm just not ultra pressed to see how they're going to do this. I'm gonna give it a watch though, see if I might consider it, because like I said, I do love Gintama. They also have some of the best slapstick gags. Yeah, so I figured, but I wasn't sure how much. This is just gonna be Gintama in school. I might watch it. Like I said, I love Gintama, so we'll see. Gintama's one of the few shows that made me laugh so hard I cried multiple times. It's also where Neil Armstrong Cyclone Jet Armstrong Cannon comes from, and I'm really tempted to get that tattooed, even though it's pretty much just a big ice sculpture of a penis cannon, because it's fucking dumb as shit. Here, actually, real quick. Neil Armstrong Cyclone Jet Armstrong Cannon. That's the Neil Armstrong Cyclone Jet Armstrong Cannon. It's fucking dumb, and I love it. and it's fucking funny. And I've considered, I considered it. I considered it. But yeah, I might watch this. Like I said, I love Gintama. It's really slapstick, and sometimes it has wordplay with Japanese, so you don't always get the jokes, but it's a pretty fun time. Next is Uma Matsume, second season. I never watched any of the Uma Matsume shows. Obviously, Uma Matsume is ultra popular right now. So if you're about it, you're about it. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and check it out, considering horse girls are the thing. But for now, it's a no for me. Okay, let's see. Kao ni denai kashiwara son to Kao ni deru otakun. Okay. So Kashiwara-san, a female middle school student who remains emotionless regardless of how she's meddled with, and Otakun, unable to control his facial expression, hey, me, is complete opposite of Kanekawa, keeps messing with her against her predator. Though both of them are the guys with mutual love. Okay, so high school romance. Again, I've kind of fallen out of high school romances because I'm not in high school anymore, so it's mostly gonna be a no from me. Although, you know, I do relate. I'm bad at controlling my facial expressions. He seems to have the opposite problem where he can't like not show his emotions. Where me, I'm just like, hey, let me just show one emotion at all times. Let's see. Next one is Mikata Gai Yoa Sugite Hojamaho ni Toshite Ita Kyote Mahoshi Suyo Sarate Sakyo wo Mizasu. That's a fucking name. There is a fuck ton of light novels being made this season. This party does not need a useless magician who can only use support magic. That is fucking stupid. You always need your support mage. You're fired. One day, Alec, a court magician who had been shepherding the crown prince's dungeon crawling party, suddenly fired, banished to the court by the prince. The only one who reached out to him is Yora's former party member from their academy magic days that had split up 4 years ago. Hey, Alec, would you like to explore dungeons with us again? The legendary lasting period party was revived, and the name will soon become known all over the world once again. This is such a big trope. I don't understand why this trope is becoming so huge. Like the being kicked out of your party for dumb bullshit reason. But here, let's start another party again, and it proves that you're actually like the ultimate. It's become like a really common trope. Like I've seen so many, like at least 30 shows in the past few, like 4 or 5 years that have done it. And it's just really prevalent. And like one of them was he was a tank. Other one, well, I mean, like we just saw another one earlier with I can't even fucking remember its name. Yeah, it's 9,999 bullshit. It's just I don't know. It just doesn't call because it's just like I mean, it's nice that it's not isekai, but it is along those lines where it's like, hey, we're gonna take fantasy, but we're gonna make it isekai fantasy in the same way, even though you're not from another world. It just has that same feeling. Like, there's other ways to do fantasy. Like, I'm gonna just reference this because it's one of the best ones done recently. Is obviously Free Rend. Like, that is true, like normal fantasy. No, like obviously Free Rend is like, you know, a bullshit busted mage, but for different reasons. But it's just like, hey, here's this compelling fantasy story that doesn't have to have any shitty gimmicks. And I'm not saying this gimmick is shitty. I mean, it just kind of is repetitive, and I'm tired of it. But I don't know. We'll see the trailer. Maybe it's actually compelling. What is your request?
宮廷魔法師じゃない。平民と手を取り合えだと。ふざけるな。
もっと描き続けることができるわよ。アレクならもっと。
俺らが世界で一番強い冒険者になりゃいいんだ。簡単に言ってくれるな。
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of zoned out during this trailer. It just seems, it just seems kind of generic. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. I might give it an episode. Oh yes, sure. It was just someone like streaming. I usually ignore them at this point because I'll get so many pop up just from other servers. Yeah, like I said, I actually spaced out watching this. It just that's how much it didn't captivate me. I might give it an episode just to try, but I'm not pressed on this whatsoever. Let's see. Yano-kun no Futsu no Hibi. If it sounds like I'm exhausted from this, I apologize. It's just that, unfortunately, so far, this season is very underwhelming compared to last one. Even a little more than spring, unfortunately. Just nothing really standing out. But, you know, there's still a good bit more to go, so maybe we'll find something. So, Kikyo Yoshida is an over-anxious class representative who can't help but worry about Tsuyoshi Yano, who sits beside her. Tsuyoshi comes to school covered in bruises, and as Kiko tends to him every day, the two draw closer. Where will Kiko's feelings take her? Will Tsuyo's life ever be normal? A romantic comedy between an anxious girl and a boy who's always injured about to begin. So yeah, romantic comedy, high school. Again, I'm just like not pressing these ones. I mean, I'll at least watch the trailer because maybe it's something really cute. So we'll try and see.
It was hard. Hiko-chan, Mei-chan, why don't we all go to
What?
karaoke as a celebration? That sounds good. I want to go. Oh, you too, Yano-kun. Yano-kun. Huh, is that okay?
What is this?
Yano-kun's dream.
This is definitely AI.
Dream of living a normal, happy,
Translation dub.
It's delicious.
The fuck is this here for?
Just watch the best movie in the world. Are you?
I'm just watching this to hear this bullshit.
Do something aggressive. Let's do it. Isn't he too aggressive? Whenever I'm with Yoshida-san, my heart races. I hope he gets hurt. Dot. Oh, Yano-kun.
That was... It's still going?
Sometimes feel happy, sometimes embarrassed, and sometimes confused. I've never felt this way before, so I've been worried about it for a long time.
What? Oh, that was something, alright. Whoever did that dubbing, I'm sorry. If that wasn't AI and it was just translated that poorly, whew. All right, well, at least we got something out of watching that. That was fucking baffling. We're just gonna move on. Chichi wa eiyu haha wa sere musumo no watashi wa tenseisha. Ellen, 80-year-old girl and half spirit, once lived as a scientist. Okay, this guy. Now she's been reincarnated in a new family. Ravel, her father, and the kingdom's legendary hero and origin. Her mother, the queen of spirits. And on top of that, Ellen herself has abundant chemical elements. But are Ellen's powers enough to protect her family? Okay, if they are making this a chemistry isekai where she used chemistry to like fight off things, I'm kind of intrigued because that is slightly different than usual. I fuck with that idea. I unfortunately don't like the fact that she's 8 years old because that's just obnoxious. But at the same time, I got over that when it came to Ascendance of a Bookworm. So if it is anywhere near as good as Ascendance of a Bookworm, I fuck with it. So we'll watch just to see.
この腹黒さんは誰ですか？次の王様よ。その昔何代か前に精霊の怒りを買い。
Then it's only if she's using the chemistry. That's the one thing.
以来王家は毎年精霊祭という名のお祭りをするの。精霊に許してほしいと願ってね。でも年月が経って自分たちの先祖が精霊の怒りを買った理由すら忘れてしまった。呪い。ありがとう。
あまり他の男どもの目には入れたくないのだけど。
Okay, so far it's seeming a little too slice of life from what I was expecting.
腹黒さんと直接お話がしたかったのです。
間違いなくあの娘は
Mm.
なぜ王家と精霊が契約できないのか、その謎を解き明かしてくれるに違いないからね。エレンは王家に目をつけられた。待っていたよロベル。そして小さなお姫様、紹介しよう、ガディエル。
Okay.
あなたちゃんとエレンちゃんを守ってね。
俺の娘に触れるな。ねえエレン、君はあれからどうしているの？
私に魂たちを解放する力があるのでしょうか。生きてゆけるの。
Well, good. Hopefully it is a positive outlook in life. That trailer did not help my interest in this at all, unfortunately. It doesn't seem like it's going to be anywhere near what I thought it was. Also, I didn't notice the romance tag earlier, but it seems like it's, I don't know, kind of killed off most of my interest in this. I don't know, I was really hoping for an Ascendance of the Bookworm situation where like she uses her knowledge of science to like enhance the world, but like in a proper way where it's not like over the top. But yeah, I might watch one episode, but I'm probably gonna skip it, honestly. All right. Let's we'll take some hate comment on stuff, but I think I'm gonna say a fucking about bugs. I mean, there you go, I guess. That's a plus then. Okay, Aku Jiki Reijo to Kyuketsu Koshaku Sono Manamo Watashi ga Oshiku Itinomakimatsu. Okay, proper noble lady must cultivate refined taste, and Le Mofira's delicacy of choice is monsters. Okay. Unfortunately, society frowns upon such alien cravings. Sprint toward the voracious villainess, which is so tired of that. At a banquet, she's attacked by a monster, only to be saved by the feared blood-mad Duke. He's brutal, mysterious, and charming. Could he be the one to appreciate her monster's appetite? Once again, a romance fantasy. She's a villainess, even though she's not actually a villainess. Monster eating. I unfortunately don't like the cute girls eating food genre, which this is definitely part of. It is also accentuating a fuck ton of tropes. I don't even really want to watch the trailer myself. It just, no, it isn't going to really pique my interest. But hey, if you are about, this is definitely obviously a harem as well, considering the two dudes. Well, maybe not a harem, but a love triangle at the very least. But it is unfortunately not piqued my interest, so I'm skipping that one again. So let's see this next one. Kakai Jikake no Mari. The last unit complete. This is Mary, a robot maid. Crawl around. Maybe it's my leg. Well, yeah, I mean, I have so like bugs. You just gotta have to like deal with because they're everywhere, no matter what. You've got bugs on you at all times because of mites and stuff. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if they're crawling on you, you might want to like whisk them away. But if they're in the vicinity, but say if it's something that you are trying to move forward with, totally understand, and good for you for trying to make that progress. Mary, a legendary former artist, now conceals her identity as a human and starts working as a robot in the mansion of Arthur, heirs to the conglomerate that despises human. Her human identities remain hidden because one slip up and she's dead. Her naturally emotional demeanor helps her maintain her robot disguise and flies to perform her duties while struggling to protect Arthur from assassins under his life. She lives each day on the edge with her heart racing because Arthur is head over heels for Mary and her human identities need exposed, me pretending to be a robot. And a young heir who hates humans. Get ready for a heartwarming comedy that'll make you laugh and cry. What a beginning lie between master and maid blossoms on there's a coming. I already know I'm not going to be interested, but at the same time, we'll watch the trailer at the very least.
さすが我がテテス社が誇るロボットメイドのマリー。みんなもマリーを見習え。俺に嘘をついた人間は俺の使える力を全て使って社会的に殺す。
こんなのバレるに決まってる。殺される。
すげえ。ロボットのメイドさんとかマジすげえ。
動揺してはダメ。まずい。この展開は
バレたのか。やめとけ。彼女はロボットなんだ。
I always like the intense stare G noise.
その無表情な顔も可愛いと思っているぞ。マリー、挙動がおかしかったのは故障してたからだろ。よかった。ずっと再起動しないから壊れたかと思ったよ。マリー、マリー、マリー。ずっと俺のそばにいてくれ。
私はアーサー様のことが。
Yeah. Does nothing for me, but hey, it might be cute. I'm probably not gonna watch it, but hey, you never know. It could be actually a hit romance, but doesn't look like it for me, so I'm gonna skip it. How many more do we have? Oh, we got a good few more. Dang, crazy. Okay. So next we have Chanta Suanai, Kyuketsuki-chan. Luna Ishikawa is a dark and mysterious vampire, or so she'd like her new classmate to believe. The truth is, while she may be one of the not so mystical bloodsuckers, she doesn't really live up to the hype. She's short, clumsy, and can't even suck blood properly. When her classmate Tatsuta Otori discovers her little drinking problem and can't help but lend a hand, Kenny nurse Luna from the small, timid animal she is to a fearsome creature of the night. Slice of life comedy. Cute girls doing cute things. I'm not impressed, but we'll check out the. Wait, is it gonna have the. Yep, I knew it was gonna have the fucking shitty translation. Gosh damn it. Alright.
Be able to suck blood well. That's right. Can I practice with Dai? Actually, I'm pretty bad at sucking blood. Instead, I eat sweets.
I guess sweets aren't enough to cover it up. That's
Okay.
Every time I hear one of these, I just lose immediate interest if I even had any in the first place. Not that I do, but still. It's just this Happenet anime. Whew, it is bad.
Be in trouble if Dai wasn't here for this kind of practice. We talked about a lot of things while doing the fireworks.
whenever you need.
Hello, Sydney. How are you?
I can easily get 3 liters.
Was just reading the lines.
We are
Sand.
suffering through this trailer right now.
Safe bet. Luna is amazing, after all.
So baffling. Yeah, they need to not use that. Well, it was already gonna be a no anyway, but it's even more no. Ooh, that's something. That's the second one we've seen. There's probably more, honestly, but yeah, that's the second one with that. Definitely Google Translate description and then most likely fed into an AI to read. Wow, bad. Kakuyurio no Yarameshi second season. I do not know anything about this series. We're going to see no study parchment ogre, demanding she pay for her grandfather dead, read request, chain of marriage, offer, Tenya, left off. I continue employment tenure where she more. Okay, well, I never watched the first season, so I'm definitely skipping this. But it's obviously a romance series where she falls in love with one of the patrons or the guy who runs the shop. Not for me, so I'm skipping it. But hey, if you've seen that series and you know it's good, let me know. I might check it out. Tayo Yori Mo Mabushi Hoshi. Sai Iwata is slightly tougher than average girl, falls for the gentle smile of Koki Kamishiro, a delicate boy back in elementary school. By the time they enter junior high school, Koki has grown into a charming, popular teen who now feels out of reach. When they are signed the same sports festival committee together, Sai's longing first love begins to stir once more. Again, another high school romance. It's sweet. I'm just not in it for most high school romances. So I'm skipping it. But hey, if somebody happens to check it out and it's compelling, let me know. I might check it then. Noshia, the story of Noshia takes place on a ship drifting through space. Noshia is an enemy that disguises itself as human and attacks them. Now on the spaceship, causing everyone on board to be suspicious of each other. Okay, so this is the thing, but I fuck with it. The crew decides to vote out on the most suspicious looking person every day and put them to cold sleep. If you succeed, so yeah, so it's the thing, but into Among Us, effectively. Who succeeds in putting Noshi to sleep, they'll win. And if they don't, everyone on board is in danger. The right decision must be made, no matter what the main character Yuri. She finds herself in a time loop. Okay, so did they make this based off of another game, as well as this actually a game in general? Yeah, it's based off a game. So yeah, it is fucking Among Us. Actually, that looks like the ship from fucking the Jackbox game. Through looping and fleeting modes, it feels like an eternity, but past an instant. God, if it wasn't based off a game, yeah, I would be more compelled. The fact that they actually called her the main character. Still, this is the first time I've seen an anime specifically being like more the thing. It is time loops though. And time loops might make it more interesting. Let me watch the trailer because this could be compelling. But game series usually suck, unfortunately. Animation's clean.
その問題が解決しない限りこのままじゃ到着はできない永遠にね時間です会議を始めてくださいこれから会う3人のうち1人は人間じゃないグノーシアになった者は人を襲い消滅させるそのグノーシアがこの中にいる会議で1人を選んでコールドスリープしグノーシアを凍らせられればハッピーエンド間違えればバトエン分かった戻ってる2個犬だから分かるんだグノーシアはユーリ様お慕いしております誰だたとえ同じ時間を繰り返したとしても結果も変わっているということさグノーシアを排除しなくちゃこのループからは脱出できないんだ始めようか私たちが生き残るための話し合いを
Okay, this actually kind of feels like Danganronpa, just with the Werewolf Among Us theme. The animation looks very pretty, and the mystery, aspect of it is kind of compelling. This, I kind of interested in, honestly. I'm definitely gonna probably give this 3 episodes so I can kind of see how it plays out. But I kind of fuck with this. The description gave it a little justice. This trailer is actually doing it pretty big justice. So yeah, I'm actually gonna watch that. That actually piques my interest. So here's to hoping that doesn't suck, and it actually does a good job with the mystery. Like I said, it gives strong Danganronpa vibes in the best way. So here's to hoping. Okay, next one, Shimatsu Touring. There we go, excuse me. 2 young girls, Yoko and Airi, travel through an empty post-apocalyptic world. They photograph this famous scenery of places all themselves and camp out in towns full of nature. The two of them travel on a Cero off-road motorbike together. Never before felt freedom and travel with no traffic, no lights. With the Cero bike, they embark on a journey around a now destroyed Japan. You story about touring on a bike becomes a live and animated series. The world's over now, so let's hop on a journey. This is another one of those like touring Japan. It just happens to be the end of the world, so Japan is closed, but it most likely is advertising to places in Japan. It is another cute girls do cute things show. Oh, it's done by Nexus too. I'm not pressed. I have no interest in this. It usually always is an advertisement for locations in Japan. They had that one like that, not in the summer season, but in the spring season, I believe. You watch the first episode or two, and you're like, "Oh, okay, this is cute," and then afterwards, you're like, "Okay, this is the same thing over and over and over again, just a different location." So I'm gonna skip it. I don't really have an interest in the trailer either. But hey, I mean, I could be wrong. Somebody, if you watch it later and it's actually fire, let me know. Digimon Beat Break. Fucking love Digimon. Gosh damn it. Glitch the Future E-Pulse, which is generated by human thoughts and emotions, was used as the nature source for the AI-supported device, Sapatama. From the shadows of this remarkable development, terrifying monsters appear. Digimon are living beings that evolve by consuming E-Pulse. Okay, so completely different kind of premise than usual Digimon. Already fucking with that. Tomoro Tenma is drawn to an extraordinary experience after meeting Gekkomon, who suddenly appears from his Sapatama while living together with Kyo Sawashiro and other members of the bounty hunting team, Golden Dawn. Introduces resolve a new future before humans and Digimon. I love Digimon. Every time they come up with a new one, I'm always fucking intrigued because new Digimon are cool. Plus, it also seems like it's different from the usual formula of Digimon, where they're just computer programs that feed off data. This is actually like another energy source. I kind of just want to watch it anyway because fuck yeah, Digimon, dude. I don't know, that I like just crack me up for some reason. Yeah, I fuck with it. Plus, also, it sounds like it's gonna have a sick soundtrack. I'm about it. Definitely watching Digimon. Again, hell yeah, dude. Well, we already know this is gonna be a no, but still. Sawara Nade, Kotesashi-kun, Kotesashi Kyoyo possesses an outstanding skill as a masseur. He aspires to become a sports doctor and wants to get a scholarship in medical school. Starting spring, he attends a high school attached to Seiwa University, a sports powerhouse. Since his family is not wealthy, he has to work as a hostel manager where he's allowed to stay to pay for his school. There he encounters high school girl athletes with various problems. Kodasashi's job is to take care of them physically, mentally, and be the hostel manager. Lewd high school stuff, not for me. And funny enough, prevalent to the discussion I had before, which people should totally go back and watch after the VOD, or after the stream is over. It'll be on the VOD. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Okay. Tensei Akujo no Kuro Rakishi. Konoha Satoko's dark fictional past becomes her reality when she's reincarnated as, I'm gonna go with Lana. It could be Iana. Magnolia, the villainess. Of her own adolescent fantasy, now as a role she meticulously designed to be despicable, remembering how last detail is a matter of life and death. Will she be able to react her character's fate something peaceful? There's so many villainesses that are the exact same thing, be it like they wrote it themselves, so they play the game ridiculously, or they watch the show meticulously, or so on and so forth. I just am too tired of seeing the villainess thing. It's dumb because A, they're not even a villainess anymore. They just happen to have that role, but they're always nice people. If they fucking full on embraced it and then change it somehow, that'd be kind of cool. I have no interest in this. I'm skipping it. I didn't watch the trailer. Alright. Next one. Igao no Tenai Shokabu. Shokuba. Thank you. Desu. Futamiya, novice shoujo manga artist, is finally publishing her beloved shogi manga. Shogi, not shoji. Dear Subaru, but the stress makes her stomach hurt. She's forced to push the deadline for her first chapter, and she isn't making any progress on the storyboard. Stop it off. She's gaining weight from midnight snacking and starts having wild delusions. Will Futami be able to enjoy her life as a manga artist? Slice of life comedy. Cute girls doing cute things. I'll still at least watch the trailer. But nope. Here we go. Here comes the shit.
Sato-san picked me up when I was a total loser and guided me all the way to my first Rensai. He said I had no talent. I think I should have quit if I did, and I think writers are the
So
only ones
bad.
anxious and nervous. Idiot. How can I get nervous? I haven't been to school in a long time, so come on, I'll go. Yes. No matter how many times you say, Sake, the pressure's gone somewhere. What's wrong with Kamir? Really don't know your
The
manga.
Japanese slipped through because it didn't translate right.
In that case, I have to be even more of a jerk. This is the editor.
Oh, this is so bad.
I like cute girls. Not
Wow.
how kind of you. I think I was forced to say,
Oh god,
what's that? Tell me more.
that's so dumb.
You don't have enough love. Don't say that again. It's a workplace where smiles never stop. Broadcast starts in October.
Well, once again, even if I had interest in that, it would have been all lost right there. That's so horrific. God. Alright, moving on. Kimi to kote koi ni naru. When high schooler Mari bumps into a fellow tardy student, she's surprised to find out he's actually a beast folk who attends her school. After all, it's not rare for beast folk to coexist alongside humans, but it's still uncommon. With prejudice and all, nervous to meet one at first, Mari soon learns there's more to him than his furry exterior. In fact, the more she gets to know him, the more she finds herself drawn to him. Can you actually scroll? No? Alright. It won't be scrolling further. There we go. The more she finds herself drawn to him, his steadfastness, kindheartedness, and his body. Yo! We're gonna have some fucking monster fucking going on in here? We got furries. Let's go. Let's see what it's about.
日高君の未来が詰まってる大切なものだから私は守れて嬉しい手を温めるより行動できて嬉しいよ
Alright, this is for everyone from Biggest Chat, because obviously you're all furries too.
嬉しくて役に立ちたい。あんま動揺するな。
無理です今は私の気持ちだけ囚人の男の子に心を奪われてほうけるっておかしいかな
なあつなぐ。俺も悔しいよ。いつだってマリの視線の先にお前がいる。
これからもそばにいてくれなきゃ大丈夫にならない
Yeah, you got the second hand furry. Listen, if she's a furry and because of that I have to be a scaly, then you have to be a second hand furry.
嫌な匂いつなぐ変わった人間に恋したなんてみんなは簡単に受け入れてくれないよ
君と超えて恋になる。
See, this here gimmick of the romance and it like actually having like beast folk and it's a common thing, I'm actually kind of intrigued by this. Especially because I like Beastars, and that's kind of, I don't know why, but he's giving me Beastar vibes. Obviously, Beastars is vastly different from this, but it's different. It's got something new. Will I enjoy it? I don't know. Probably not, but I'm still gonna check it out. I'm gonna give it an episode or two, just cause I'm intrigued with how they handle it, the potential interspecies relationship. Cause if they're like, oh, we're just gonna stay as friends, that's fine. But if they're like, nope, full on monster fucking go on, I'm about it. It's because it's just they don't do that often. Blue Orchestra second season, didn't even watch the first Blue Orchestra. Definitely music show, obviously. Skipping it for me. All right, let's play Quest Darake no My Life. Samara Sam Young is the developer in Los Angeles. She's about to achieve her dreams of their first video game, Ruminate. That is until a popular streamer gives the game a scathing review. Even worse, Sam finds out that the troublesome critic is now her neighbor. Ooh. Get lost in a comedic, romantic, and all too real story about gaming memes, social anxiety. Cover the plot. Stay for the doggo. All right. Again. Well, first, this season seems to be very heavily romance based, which is fine. It's just not for me. That's one reason why when I looked over it, I didn't think I'd be interested. However, this one seems like it is not taking itself seriously at all, so it might be fun, especially because of the fact they're talking about games, memes, and just, fucking around. So let's watch the trailer and see if I like it.
人生はゲーム最難関のクエストだらけの一体どうやってプレイすればいいの小さい頃からゲームが大好きだった大学ではコンピューターサイエンスを学び勉強の合間を縫ってルミネイトを作り始めたそうして出来上がったルミネイトは私の大切な宝物それなのに
もしこのゲーム開発者が見ていたら伝えたいことがあるこんなひどいゲームをプレイしたのは初めてだ
マーシャルローの配信見た
見たひでえゲームだったよな
とにかくマーシャルローに伝えるのあなたはプレイ方法を間違えてるって
すみません
この声マーシャルロ
Isn't it martial law?
ーられないよりによってなんでマーシャルローが隣に
おはようお隣さん
眩しい
サム今度の休みハイキングに行かないか
これってまさか
Damn, I was hoping it would be more comedy than romance, but they are pushing the romance significantly more than I was expecting. It's gonna be most likely a no for me then. I was hoping to be like, well, they always include comedy as like the first one, obviously, because it's alphabetical order, but I would kind of hope it did lean into the funny more. I'm probably not interested, but hey, it could be cute, just not for me. Kingdom, I need to just read Kingdom. However, they are in the 6th season. I haven't watched or read Kingdom, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. So if you are up to date on it, please comment and let me know. But I definitely do want to read Kingdom because I've heard it is fantastic at the very least with reading it. Okay, next is Alma-chan wa Kazoku ni Naritai, a body that combines the appearance of an adorable young girl with an overwhelming common efficiency and with intelligence and decision-making skills that surpass human capabilities. The perfect autonomous robot Alma was created by overlooked young genius scientists Enji and Suzume, whose brilliance should have been recognized by the world. Alma calls Enji and Suzume father and mother, which leaves them completely flustered. Regardless, the three begin a life together as a family in order to nurture Alma's powerful AI to help evolve into the ultimate robot. Alma's curiosity has no limits, as everything she sees, touches is new to her. Alma keeps Enji and Suzume on their toes with their unmatched learning capabilities and an unstoppable energy as she explores the bigger world, a brand new kind of family comedy. So this is fucking Spy Family, but robot and scientists. So I'm not pressed because we already dropped Spy Family. So I unfortunately am skipping. I don't even watch Thriller. However, here we have something I might be intrigued by. Tojima Tanzaburo wa Kamen Rider na Niratai. The story of Tojima wants to be Kamen Rider follows Tanzaburo Tojima, a 40-year-old man who is abnormally obsessed with Kamen Rider franchise. Summer is about to give up his dream, becoming a hero until a chance encounter with Robber changes his fate over. Let's fucking check this out. Because this could be Kamen Rider Batman. This looks goofy as shit and I'm already enjoying it. Yeah, this looks goofy as shit. I'm fucking all for it. Yep. All right, so I'm definitely at least giving that 3 episodes. There's been a few more recent where they've been doing like Kamen Rider, Power Ranger, Super Sentai stuff integrated, and like obviously there was Go Go Loser Ranger. There was another one like 2 seasons ago, where the Red Ranger gets isekai to another world. This one like looks like it's significantly more grounded, but also is like leaning into it and being funny as shit. So I'm about it. This probably will actually be one of the better shows. Like I hope this is one of the better shows this season because it looks well done from the trailer, and I'm looking forward to it. Okay, next is Debo to Love to Ayamachi to. Yumiko is a quiet, downcast office worker weighed down by crippling insecurities and self-loathing until sudden accident leaves her with amnesia and a sparkling new personality. Her dramatic transformation baffles everyone around her, but with a new zest for life and unshakable confidence, Yumiko is ready to tackle anything: love, work, friendship, and maybe an attempted murder mystery. Don't know how I feel about it, but we'll see.
ことを覚えてないの。私が全てが新鮮で楽しいの。明るくて前向きな君が素敵で応援したくなったんだ。美しいってついに本当に何も覚えてないんだ。俺は企画部第一課課長前園。すげえな。突き抜けすぎた自己肯定。前の私に教えてあげたいの。私という存在の。
That was a fate.
未遂とお伝えしたのですが、
殺人。
This looks like it could be a very cute show. It could be very fun. Nothing's really hooking it for me, unfortunately. So I'm most likely gonna skip it. The premise of the potential murder mystery is the only thing that I could be considered interested in, but I don't know if that's gonna be like a primary focus or not. Maybe if I hear something else, I could be convinced, but for right now, I'm gonna go with a no thank you. Okay, we only have a few more on the main section. So Shabake, or could be. I'm gonna assume it's that. This time, the time is Edo. Ichitaro, the young master of Nagasakiya, one of the largest stores in Nihonbashi, has been poor health since birth and unable to go outside. Ichitaro is always protected by spirits such as Shishiwa and Iagumi. Serve him One night, Ishitaro sneaks out from when no one is looking to witness a murder. From that day on, a bizarre murder is beginning to cover one another. With the help of the spirits, the search for Ichitaro's culprit begins. Okay, I'm about, murder mysteries. Like I said, that was the one thing that compelled me the next one. I like the animation style already. Hmm.
すまないね、栄吉。実はね、昨日の夜、東屋に行ったんだよ。
急に血の匂いがしてきたんです。
若旦那、人殺しに行き合ったんですって。
この事件は私たちじゃなけりゃどうにもできないことかもしれないよ。
夕げまでにはお戻りを。
私が訪ねた店では誰も知りませんでした。
誰がなんでこんなことをしているのやら。
殺された男の名が分かったよ。
ここであやかしが関わってくるんだ。
夜道にお気をつけよ。
So there's another series that has kind of a similar presence of using spirits to help solve crimes. I don't know, it just depends on how compelling the murder mystery is. That this could be a potentially good series. I'll at least give it an episode or two just to see how it holds up. But I'm not disinterested in this. So yeah, it just depends on how well, like I said, they hold up the mystery for it. So next we'll go on to the next one. Ninja to Gokudo. So the ninja banish evil from the shadows. The Gokudo gather lonely outcasts and commit crimes. The grudge they forged centuries ago is rekindled at the present day. The ninja Shina meets Kiwami. A Gokudo with the face of a businessman, unknowing of the other's identity. They bond over anime, but the war between Ninja and Gokudo intensifies. Who will survive? Who will perish? Ninja or Gokudo? Alright, well, let's see what happens. Hmm. This could have some... This could fucking shape up to be something interesting. Depends on the fights and choreography. Yeah, I'll give it at least 2 episodes just to kind of check it out. I feel like just 1 episode won't be enough, so I'll give it a bit. The first episode might be telling and make a difference, but yeah, we'll give it a shot. I did not mean to do that. Let's see. Potion Wagami wo Tasukeru. Kaede, an ordinary high school girl, wakes up in an unfamiliar alleyway, only realizes she's been isekai'd. Inhabited by beastmen, elves, dragons. Among her belongings, she discovers a strange book that wasn't there before. Just surprise, allows her to create potions simply by chanting the words create. Relying on these potions to survive, Kaede navigates challenges of a fantastic world while clinging on to the hope of returning to Japan. Her struggle to discover this world is beginning. It's just such a common isekai trope. I'm kind of just done with it. I guess I'll at least watch the trailer, but I'm not expecting much. Oh, this looks most likely it's going to be a short rather than a full anime, at least from how they're presenting it, because it looks like moving panels. That kind of already doesn't bode well. So I'm definitely skipping. This is a music anime. It's usually just promos for specific bands, so I'm gonna skip. This looks like another short. Yeah, it's a spin-off of Shin-Chan, so that's just gonna be a short. So I'm not interested. Monster Strike Deadverse Reloaded, based off a game. It has no description whatsoever, so I guess we just have to watch the trailer. Riveting. Coolly. Well, that told me a lot. I definitely learned exactly what's going to happen in the plot. So, look forward to that. Yeah. So obviously we're skipping that. Okay, this is a short. This is a second season. Not interested. And let's see. 2200 Nen Neko no Kuni Nippon, or Japan has become a land of cats. The human population of the decline. The future world, cats can talk, learn, work. Struggle with an argumentative cat. Cute girls doing cute things. I'm not pressed. These are other shorts, and I usually don't watch shorts. See if there's, like I said, Gachi Akuda is continuing because it's going to be a 2-core. Same thing for Togenanki. And Solo Camp, I didn't watch this in the first place. Movies, we are not considering any OVAs. This is yeah, I know this one. This is like what's it called? The Grievers. So like he's the leader of the best guild in the world, but he doesn't really have any powers actually. They just kind of elected him. They're all super strong though. The first season was fun. Nothing like too crazy, but I'm willing to give this another shot. Undead Unluck Winter Hen. So this is just an hour special. I read Undead Unluck. I enjoy it thoroughly. So this might be just a good watch if you actually kept up with that series. Yasai no Last Boss ga Arata. Oh, yeah, I remember seeing this trailer too. Or seeing something about this as well. An MMO gamer wakes up and it's the Blackwing Tyrant, Lufus Mafal, rising from her sealed fate only to find this is very real. To defeat 200 years ago, unleash the monsters of death, and the land is one terror. Now trapped in the body of Hishinu's fear conqueror, he must survive a world that wants her dead and uncover why he's here. So, pretty much overworld, every other isekai where they're reincarnated into the boss. I don't know, it's just I guess we can watch the trailer, see what we think.
It has been 200 years since the world was sealed. It certainly seems quite different from the world we know. You.
We'll repeat that history again. We should not have won. Where is this?
Who does this? I just want to know why and who, because it is not selling any of these shows.
You shouldn't think you can survive with the demons as your enemies. Jupiter is me. You've done well to hold out.
Don't you hold a grudge against us?
Just hating each other will play into the demons.
Alright, well, I don't know, the animation doesn't look bad. It could be compelling, but this fucking trailer just... I'm gonna end it now because it's so bad. I don't understand why they're letting that happen. Alright. Mushoko no Eiyu, Betsuni skill, Nanaka Ira Nakendaga. In World War I, class determines everything. Arno, the son of the sword princess and archmage, was expected to inherit greatness, but when he is classless, everything changes. Now he's determined that hard work and dedication are enough to succeed, but excel adventurer is basic story. Same thing that always happens. Oh, I don't have a power, but I'm still powerful. Just skipping. There's too many of those. I just don't care anymore. Okay, Fujimoto Tatsuki. Oh, it's Tatsuki Fujimoto stuff. But there's just an anthology of his short stories. Okay, well, I'm definitely checking that out because we fucking love Tatsuki Fujimoto. I hype that man up all the time. He's a genius. He's amazing. For those that don't recognize the name, he's the one who's done Chainsaw Man, Look Back, Fire Punch, Goodbye Harry, all that fun stuff. So yeah, absolutely gonna watch that Suzai Seishuka no Isekai Ryokoki. Kamishiro Takaru is just an ordinary guy with an ordinary office job until he's suddenly summoned to Medeus, a world with swords and magic. Life as he knew it is over, but he's starting his new one with powerful abilities, enhanced strength, overwhelming magic, and search skills allow him to find valuable items. Armed with his new cheat skills, Sakura begins his Isekai journey. So obviously a skip because nothing about that is compelling. It is the same story that's been told 9 billion times. Sick. We are skipping Star Wars Visions because I did not watch any of those before. However, Star Wars animes probably do well. Golden Kamuy I also have not caught up with or watched any of it, so we're skipping that. Cute animal shorts, skipping, but I'm sure it's going to be sweet. Let me see what this is. Cat's Eye, new adaptation of the manga, the same name, by Tsukasa Hojo. Cat's Eye is a secret trio of art thieves, produced by Detective Toshio. Unbeknownst to him, the middle sister of the elusive thieves is none other than his girlfriend Hitomi. I've heard of Cat's Eye. The fact they're rebooting it sounds fun because I heard the original series is good. I might check this out, actually. I'm intrigued. And this is a skip. Well, we have gone through all the shows of this season. Not a lot, unfortunately, have piqued my interest. I will be skipping most of them, giving a lot, 1 or 2 episodes, 3 at most. There were none that made me like, I'm absolutely watching this, except maybe the fucking Kamen Rider show, and there's one more. What was the other one? Kamen Rider, like, I'm actually very compelled to watch. And Sanda is the other one. This is the only other show that I'm like, oh yeah, I absolutely have to watch this. Everything else just like could be fine. Nothing really grabbing at me, but hey, we at least might have a few things. I can always go back and catch up on stuff I didn't finish, or start something that I was going to start but never got the chance to. So hey, we've got some things to do. Hopefully this was informative to you all as well for the upcoming season, and hopefully if you were around for my initial discussion that was informative as well. I'm Hello, Joe. How do you do? I see you've been streaming. I hope you've been doing well with that. We just wrapped up our discussion on the fall season anime list. I was gonna say I'm gonna close this out. I'll probably just finish off like with a little bit of League just to end my time. But before that, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So let me do that, and I hope to see you all in a little bit. All right, everyone gets to suffer with this now. Let me just do this real quick. Suffered enough? Well, guess what? You get to suffer more. All right, I'll update that. Play this game. Items. Playing. All this has been actually good. Too. So that's been fun. Nice. We'd love to hear it. If it would actually like play the game, that'd be super ideal. All right. Well, love that. Let's kill that because I'm sure the client definitely isn't doing anything wrong ever because, you know, small indie company. Make sure it's closed. Right, client, kill. God. All the discussion dried out my throat big time. Okay, close this. Shift escape to just kill some more things just in case. Ba 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 ba. I don't think these will impact it whatsoever, but you know, I don't really trust Riot. There we go. All right, let's see if this actually opens and is playable this time. If not, I will find something else. I just figured might as well be brain dead. There's other things I can be brain dead with, but this is one of the easier things to be brain dead with. I mean, I was being brain dead before when I was doing Showdown, so, you know. Loading. There we go. All right. Let us go onto the arms. Everyone can notice how much I'm going to suffer because, watch, I'm going to get another champion I adore, and I'm going to do well. And every one of my teammates is going to be stupid. And I'm saying this hopefully because then I get to be proven wrong, but I won't be proven wrong, I can tell. Ooh. Well, I don't really care for any of this, but for now, we'll choose Maokai. All AP, awesome, love that. Well, I have to stick with the beef. Do something real quick. We're gonna turn that off. There we go. Nope. We just need some variation of beef, because otherwise, squish, 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 squish. They technically Briar can be a little beefy, but yeah, they have Vlad to be their beef. He's not the most beefy, and he's not really tanky, but it's something. We have range and slightly more. Well, no, they have Soraka, so they have a more ideal support, but we have the utility of the knockups and shields. They have the heals, but heals, heals, heals. All we definitely for sure need something to prevent healing. God, sorry. There you go. Hopefully that fixed it. I will need to do this and that. Pop. Do. Yes. Okay. We'll for sure need cooldown reduction. Or ability haste, as they say. Look up. There's that. I just get to sit in a bush. Good. Come to me. Mine. I didn't need that kill. I was just trying to make sure she died. But here we are. But cool, free healsies. Okay. Okay, lovely. We just need them to push a little further out from the turret. We'll be all set. Nice. Nice. We'd love to see it. Okay. That helped. Okay. Yeah, come on. Come here. Yeah, that's a good call. Okay. Oh, I wanted to trap them underneath the tower, but... I can only do so much. Oh, I was trying to get the ammo for the chance, but it's fine. Alright. Well, we're not inept. Yeah, go ahead. Come to me. Okay. Damn. Maybe. I was trying to get them off of it, but did not work as wanted. But that's okay. I need a little more gold from our merc treads. Next we build Leandries. Wait, is anyone else building Leandries? Doesn't look like it, but we'll see. Okay, I helped. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Alright, well now we're just vibing. I helped. Landry's. I know we definitely need something like where is there anything in the tank that makes it so they can't heal as well? I don't actually know that. But yeah, we need something like Merlot's or that was a choice. Because this, no, I think I got rid of the ability haste with Leandry's. Interesting. Okay. It's not gonna do so much. Okay. Okay. I'll take that. Free heals are nice. Try to throw as many saplings as possible. Go ahead and have fun with that. Thank you for the 8. Or I need the mana. That's what I'm looking at. Thanks for the heals. Okay. They just don't want to push forward. We're trying to poke at them, which is fair. I have my ult, but yeah. Okay. Physical, so I'll need to build. Is anyone built any injuries? No. Okay. I'll finish Leandries and then focus Thornmail. There we go. And then I'll also... Okay. MF is just rocking that AP build. Let him give a little chance to hit that more. Okay. I'm just trying to poke him down as much as I can. And I do want Morello's eventually. That's like the big thing. Okay, Thornmail, give. At least start building it. Okay, good. Somebody built Morello's. Good job, Aurora, for being smart. And then are you building... They might be. I don't know if that leads into it. She fucking flashed to do that? That was stupid. That's a waste of a flash. I know they were going for the execution, but that was a choice. I'll take the brunt. They just have so much stuff to cluster us together. Ugh. I'm trying to build tankier. Yeah, we need more people to have... Okay, good. They have Executioner. We can still pull this off. They need to focus the Lyra. Or Naya, sorry. Yeah, they're focusing me. There you go. Okay. Okay, after I finish this, I might just build Warmogs for the sake of more HP. There's one. Okay. Apparently. I know what he was trying to do. It's just weird. Damn it, I was trying to stop her from moving forward. Okay. Please stop running. Okay, she got the mortal reminder, so we can definitely, like I said, we can pull this off. I'm working on more survivability. God, MS fucking ult is the problem. Yeah, well, we tried. Yeah, it's just they had the Nyla and the MF ult together was just like fucked up combo because she could just cycle them to like us all in. And then MF ulted. Rough. I would have preferred a significantly different tank if I could have had it. Because I am not really a Maokai fan. But hey, we do what we gotta do. Okay. Badoom. Who do we get? Somebody. Nope. Well, I guess I can Garen. God, all of this sucks. Only person I want to be is him. Let me see if he wants to. If not, it's not a big deal. Sick. I can at least like stack well. We have range and the ability to kill. It's just gonna be rough getting in depending on the opposing team's CC. Ew. No, we're... Okay. As long as they let me hit my Q stacks, I'll be happy. Okay. I would like to be able to move. Holy shit. I couldn't do anything. That's unfortunately ridiculous how much CC happened before. I was stunned for a good, like, 4 seconds in that one instance. Let me actually hit my Q, you fucking idiot. I'm just focusing on my Qs. Thank you. Okay. I've at least got my ulti. Okay. That's fine. I will build Merc Treads, and then Iceborne next. What is Garen built? I don't know what he's building. He's not finished anything, so. Okay, good. Don't try and steal the stacks. It's fine. Oh my gosh. I fucking cannot move for so long. It was 3 seconds of me not being able to move. It's mainly physical, so I'm gonna go into Thornmail. Alright, I'm gonna... Everyone's fucking back. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me, dude? Brother, I need at least one of those. You are taking my stacks. I'm doing this because it's the smart thing. Stop stealing my fucking stacks, you dipshits. Holy hell. They're dumb. There's that. Okay, at least take it. Nobody engage with me. I love that. Okay. Why is our Lulu building attack? Okay. I'm trying to beef up, but no. I'm slowly getting my stacks up. There you go. Ah. Real tired of that bitch. Tank. It's primarily physical. Okay, we're finally shutting down the Scion's push capabilities. I just could, again, I can't move for fucking seconds at a time. This was the I knew was the problem, unfortunately, that was going to happen with this team. Okay. I've never once seen her humongify me, the one that she probably should do it to the most. Okay. Okay, they're all so close. Why did nobody... Oh, it's Scion. Okay. I tried to disrupt it enough. Okay, but we're doing better now, honestly. Kind of want this just for the sake of damage. But I don't need damage, I just need survivability. That's my job. Get in there, smack a little bit, survive, you know. I hate you so much, Garen. And once again, Garen takes it when he shouldn't, because I was about to Q it. Once again, I'm getting no Humongify from Lulu. Lulu is absolutely useless. I'm doing this just so I can smack a little bit more. Why? Why would you go that far ahead? Why are you going in? Just let it burn them. I got nothing. I cannot do anything. Are you Lulu once again is just absolutely useless. No, just let it happen. We've lost. Oh god. Unfortunate. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom again real fast. I'll be right back. Oh, there we go. Did they game crash? Oh, the client crashed. Fantastic. We love to see it. All right. Well, since the client crashed, we just kill it. You know, definitely an indie company, definitely small indie company having to deal with just getting started and everything like that. If it'll let me open it up again. Load. Okay. There it is. Took long enough. Crazy. Alright, well, obviously we can't go out on a loss, so that's why I have to keep suffering through this. Hopefully this next one's a win, so I don't have to deal with League anymore. Oh. Somebody I can deal with my mouse. I'll see if he'll trade me. Thank you. Oh, we've got a fucking 4-stack in here. None of them want to do AD. Okay. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to fucking bust him down sexual style with AP. Okay, so they're all tanky. So obviously I'm just gonna need Magic Pen for days. God, alright, well. A little bit of fire for you. Nice. Monkey. Well, she's already pretty low, so we've got something there. I'm okay. I was hoping that minion would have been killed before I launched my Q. I've set them all on fire. Gah. I wish I had my ult right now. I helped. You're dead. I'll take. All right, all right, all right. We're doing it, Mr. Krabs. Ah! I knew I was gonna die. It's fine. I can at least get my Leandries. By the time I spawn. So that is a plus. I will take that. It is something. Okay, me and Mouse are both Leandrying. Which is fine, I think. I proc mine significantly more often than he will. So it's not that big of a deal. But I do need my cooldown reduction. I tried to ulti. Oh, she flashed. Ooh, okay. It's because of my burn damage. I'm already oomed again. I don't care. I'm popping this. Why is my... Okay, my conflagration didn't pop off 3 times there. Let's go. Okay. Okay, let's go. Nice. Thanks for the free stack, my guy. Okay, I stunned them at least so they can get that off and kill it. Let's go. I take those. My ult is doing work, so I'm definitely building into Malignance instantly. Okay. Me and... Yeah, go ahead. Be dumb. Yeah. Yeah, me and Vigar are doing a great job just surviving when necessary. Okay. Let's steal this. Oh, they flash. Okay, worth. Okay. I got 30 seconds till ult. Gonna stay in the back. It's fine. That's fine. I needed to die anyway for my malignance. Alright, obviously we want penetration. I think I'm gonna build Shadow Flame first, honestly, just because it is the criticals. Void Staff will be... We'll see how much damage we're doing in a minute. Okay. Viger, I would stay back, my guy. Woo, woo. There we go. I want to spread my flames with the conflagration. They're all running. I'll take it. Why did it bounce back to me? That's interesting. Ah! Hello. I'll press for knowing too much. How do? We are... I'm alright. We are just doing a few rounds of League before calling it for the night. Fortunately, I'm on cooldown. Let's go. Oh, it is indeed tragic. You are... Oh, Gnosis. I made it. No, I didn't. Damn, I tried. Okay. Void Staff, I just need a little more. Bloodletter's Curse also would be good as well. But we're gonna Void Staff first, I think. Favorite? Oh, my favorite is Brand. I'm actually playing him right now. Because I can just be a Calamity like that. Just burn down champions. It's lovely. Even if I don't get the kills, I'm just definitely doing the damage. We're just here for the win. Don't get me wrong, I like being the one who kills the most, but I'd rather win. They've all got a bunch of HP, but I'm building penetration, so we should be solid. Next, I'll build more in continuous burn. Well, I play ARAMs, so whenever I get the chance, but that's sometimes rare. But if I'm playing normal games, quite frequently. Alright, cool. Thanks for knocking me up in the air. Okay. Nice. Nope. God, he is aggressive. Okay. Good job, Vigar. Okay. Okay, good. It's gonna bounce between them. Let's see. What is Mal's building so I don't have to do the exact same items? Okay. We're going to... Morello's might be ideal. Opinion on Rabadon's first. Not on first. Usually I'll do it, like, normally I do it after Leandri's, but with this team I need to build, countering their heavy MR. So I need... Let's... I don't like this. I'm going to... Probably, do the... I'm probably going to go into Shadow Flame, but for now... They run away often, which we need to stop chasing as much. That is one of our problems. Who's died the most? Gnosis and well, they are the tanks, so that's kind of expected. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, the biggest threat on their end is that Wukong. That's me getting greedy. That was me getting greedy. I should have pushed back. Okay. Let's see. I do enjoy Xerath as well. I don't use him very often, but I do like him as a champ. Storm Surge might be a good call, honestly, so I can move up a little quicker. But I'm not bursting down as much, so that might not be ideal, actually. Think... fuck it. We'll just go pure damage. And then we'll get Shadow Flame after. Need... Just so they don't have as much push. Yoink. Pop. We're ignoring the monkey. Having more cooldown reduction would be pretty nice. Okay. There we go. Good. Dodge. Okay, let's go. Alright. Oops. Okay. We can definitely get this as well. Annie's the only one up. So I'm gonna push. Do that. Oh, I'm still being targeted. That's fine. There you go, buddy. Oh god, that was a good one. I'm at least doing as much damage as possible. Finish that. Alright, next item is the most Favorite anime? Overall, most likely would be Yu Yu Hakusho. It just does pretty much everything I want and still holds up even after all these years. Let's see. Shadow Flame is good, but also having something to increase my ability haste would be really ideal. Attack on Titan is a good one too, for sure. Fuck it. We already have a pretty good cast time. Yep. Yep. We are solid. Just focusing on the damage was fine. Obviously, kills would be more nice, but I'm not pressed. Okay. Good job walking around that, my guy. Look at that. I was worried at first considering how much AP we had, but we did indeed break them down. God. I gotta have to give it to these two. Oh, they could have rolled different, but at the same time, they were doing some good damage. Yeah, I don't think I did enough damage, guys. They had the survivability, it's just like, I was making sure to try and proc all that. But yeah, they could have definitely, like, I mean, I don't know what their other options are, but they could have chosen something else. 3 tanks is winnable for sure. Wukong was their biggest threat, and he just couldn't get there in there enough. She unfortunately doesn't like really hold up well if you shut down Tibbers, and that was really easy for us. Yeah, Annie and Wukong were like the best part, but funny enough, the Ornn did nearly equal damage as the Annie, which is wild. I already have Jin, so it's kind of useless. But I think I will actually be calling it there. We had a good stream. Oppressed, thank you for joining, although be it near the end. We hope to see you again soon. But I hope everyone else has a wonderful night. I'm gonna raid our friend Ashwood. I believe they're doing. You see, make sure it is. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's Silk Song. So hopefully you enjoy that, and I will see you all Wednesday. Yes, have a good night. Yeah, thanks for stopping in. Sure, yeah, 5 seconds. Okay, good.